on a storm-lashed island where a failed dinosaur research project has slipped back into the wild. I return with a small team to restore power and send a rescue signal. The compound is damaged, the fences are failing, and every loud sound feels like an invitation to something massive hiding in the trees. As we push deeper into the ruins, fear starts turning us against each other, but I find a simple method to stay steady. Breathe, decide, move. With a dangerous route ahead and a risky plan forming, we face the kind of argument that can break a team or build a leader. Keep watching to discover what we choose and why it matters. Chapter 1. The Island That Doesn't Forgive. I didn't come back to prove I was brave. I came back because running away had started to feel like a habit. The helicopter shook as we cut through rain clouds. Below us, the island looked like a dark bruise on the ocean, wrapped in mist and bad memories. This place was supposed to be a fresh start for science, a rebirth. That was the word printed on the old briefing folders and stamped on the broken signs we were about to pass. Now it was quiet in the wrong way. When we landed, the wind hit us like a warning. I stepped onto the cracked pad and felt my boots slide on wet paint. My hands were steady, but my stomach wasn't. With me were 3 people I trusted for different reasons. Marcus was built like a forklift and had the patience of someone who'd repaired machines in war zones. Lena was a medic who could calm anyone with a few simple words. And Cole was security, sharp-eyed, always measuring exits. I was the one with the map in my head. We moved toward the nearest building. The entrance corridor was half collapsed, cables hanging like vines, emergency lights flickering as if they were trying to remember how to work. In the control room, a wall map still glowed behind cracked glass. It showed zones, gates, and power lines, and it showed one brutal truth. If we couldn't bring auxiliary power back online, no beacon, no radio tower, and no rescue. Cole said we should leave. This place is dead. I stared at the map until my thoughts slowed down. It's not dead, I said. It's waiting. And that meant we had time, but not much. Chapter 2. Fear is loud, but it isn't smart. We found the maintenance tunnel under the compound. Wet concrete, yellow rails, and the smell of rust. The generator room was down there, silent like a held breath. Marcus opened his lantern, and the light jumped across pipes and warning labels. If we get this running, he said, we might get one clean signal out. Might. That word can poison you if you let it. I knelt at the control panel. Wires were exposed, and somebody had tried to fix them before us, leaving a mess of half solutions. I could feel the team watching, and I hated that my confidence mattered as much as my skills. Lena's voice came soft. You don't have to be perfect, just present. I nodded, not because I felt ready, but because I needed motion to keep panic from settling in. As I worked, Cole checked a heavy metal door marked lab access. He shined his flashlight across it and froze. Deep gouges cut through the metal like it was thin wood. Whatever did that, he said, can do it again. A low thud rolled through the tunnel. Not close, not far enough. My hands wanted to shake. I forced them still and said the only thing that helped me in hard moments, the thing I'd learned after making too many choices based on fear. Breathe, I said. I took one slow breath. Decide. I looked at the cables, the panel, the single green emergency light. Move. I reconnected the last line. The generator coughed once, like it didn't want to wake up. Then it rumbled alive. The green light grew brighter, and somewhere above us, a system rebooted with a distant chime. We had power, but power has a price. Lights come on. Doors unlock. Alarms sometimes remember their job, and the island notices. Chapter 3. The Argument That Could End Us. We surfaced into a service yard surrounded by jungle. Fog crawled low over mud and overturned crates. A radio tower lay snapped like a toothpick. Cole lifted his cracked radio, turned the dial, and caught a burst of static. We're not alone, he muttered. Something is moving out there. The bushes at the edge of the yard shivered. Not like wind, like weight. Marcus wanted to push for the helipad tower immediately. Lena wanted to search the labs for survivors or records. Cole wanted to retreat to the tunnels and seal doors behind us. And then there was me, standing between three smart people who were all afraid in different directions. The argument started low, then rose fast. It wasn't just about routes or risks. It was about what each of us believed we could survive. I felt my throat tighten. Leadership isn't a title. It's a moment where everyone looks at you, and you either give them clarity or you give them more noise. Another sound came from the jungle. A deep breath, heavy and patient. I raised my hand. Stop. They didn't stop right away. So I spoke louder, not angry, just clear. We have two problems, time and fear. Time is real. Fear is real too, but fear is not a plan. Cole stared at me like he wanted to argue again, but he didn't. Lena watched my face, waiting. Marcus sat, his jaw listening. I pulled my notebook from my jacket, flipped it open, and wrote 3 words in big letters. Breathe. Decide. Move. We do that, I said. Every step. No speeches. No panic. A sudden screech split the air. The jungle answered with movement. We ran for cover, sliding into a concrete drainage ditch as something huge passed on the road above. Close enough that the ground trembled. In that ditch, soaked and shaking, I understood something simple. Motivation isn't a mood. It's a decision you make again and again, especially when you don't feel like it. Chapter 4. Small wins build strong people. We found an emergency operations room that still had 4 walls and a door that locked. A lantern glowed on the table. The whiteboard was filled with old evacuation arrows. I stood there and felt the pressure in my chest ease just a little. Not because we were safe, but because we had a place to think. I drew a route from the yard, through a courtyard, into the server room, then out toward the helipad tower, a straight line on a board. A messy fight in real life. Marcus leaned in. We can do it, he said, but he sounded like he was convincing himself. Lena wrapped a bandage around my scraped hand. You're allowed to be scared, she told me. Just don't let it drive. In the server room, water slicked the floor. Racks blinked weakly like tired eyes. The main console read AUX power offline, but now it was reachable. I plugged in a portable unit and held my breath. The lights surged. Monitors brightened. The beacon system showed a faint, hopeful status line. Standby. Cole stood at the doorway, guarding, but his shoulders lowered a fraction. If we get to the tower, he said, we might actually call someone. I looked at my notebook again and wrote 1 more line under my 3 words. Small wins count. Because they do. They are proof. And proof is what you build confidence out of when feelings aren't enough. At dawn, we climbed to the roof and saw it. The helipad tower beacon blinking in the distance through gray clouds, stubborn as a heartbeat. I didn't feel fearless. I felt ready to keep going anyway. Chapter 5, The Signal. The trail up the ridge was slick with roots and rain. The river below roared like it was warning us to turn around. At the broken suspension bridge, Lena froze. Missing planks, frayed ropes. 1 wrong step and you were gone. I tested the rope with both hands. It held, but barely. Behind us, the jungle stayed too quiet. Quiet is never peace on an island like this. Quiet is the pause before something decides. My heart hammered, trying to rush my brain. I forced the method again. Breathe. Decide. Move. Eyes on me, I told them. 1 at a time. Slow. We crossed. When we reached the clearing near the tower, we saw fresh tracks sunk into mud. Big. Recent. Cole signaled stop, flashlight sweeping the grass. We didn't argue anymore. We couldn't afford it. Inside the tower stairwell, wind whistled through broken windows. The graded steps clanged under our boots. Each step up felt like choosing my future with my legs. At the rooftop helipad, the beacon blinked hard against storm clouds. Debris skittered across the pad. Far below, the jungle rolled like an ocean of leaves. Then, through mist, a helicopter spotlight swept across the roof. I struck a flare. Red fire screamed to life in my hand, bright and defiant. I lifted it high, not because I felt powerful, but because I refused to be small in that moment. The wind fought me. Fear fought me. Doubt tried one last time to convince me I wasn't enough. But I stayed standing, because courage isn't something you have. It's something you do. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and give this video a like. Comment what your favorite chapter was and what you would have done in that situation. And share this video with someone who needs a reminder to keep going.